we're going to be talking about is how we're going to share our opinion. What's an opinion? What's an opinion? We're going to share opinions about something. Stephen, great quiet hand. What's an opinion?
An opinion is like what you think about it.
That's right. So is your opinion going to be the same as mine?
Maybe.
It could, but is it always?
No.
No, it could change. That's right. So an opinion is what I believe, okay? So we're going to share our opinions. You guys, over the year that I've known you, have become experts on lots and lots of different things. I know some people are expert drawers, or some people are expert about knowing different things about sports. Some people are expert cheerleaders or dancers, or we have a gymnast in here. All of you are experts in something. Give me some wiggle fingers if you are an expert in something. I should see all those fingers wiggling. Everybody's an expert in something.
Yeah.
But you know, you're also really an expert at books.
Wow. What the?
Yeah, you're an expert at books. Because just like Stephen said, you have an opinion about certain books. You have an opinion about certain things that you like. And what did we just finish last month in March? Well, we finished it kind of at the end of April. What did we have an opinion about when we were doing our read-alouds? What's that called? What do we have an opinion about? Do you remember, Evan?
Books.
We had an opinion about books, right? With our March Madness.
Yeah.
And we kept voting to find out which book did we like the best. So, wait. Which book did we like the best?
Jabari Jones.
Well, that's the book we like the best. But, so is that a fact or is that our opinion?
Our opinion.
Yeah, now, and some people's opinion, was it different than others?
Yes.
Yeah, but we voted on everybody. Did you have a question, I mean?
But in opinion.
That's right. Did you have an opinion about which book you liked?
Yeah, I just got a word of and then what of your engineers. How I could have Jabari Johnson in one.
Yeah, you voted for which one you liked because you had an opinion. And that's exactly what we're going to talk today about. Because I want to teach you that readers who know books really well, they have strong opinions. Meaning, they're going to really like something or they're really not going to like something. Now, if you like a book a lot, what would you do to your friend? What would you say if you really like this book, like Jabari Jumps? What would you say to your friend? What would you say to your friend? Think Nancy for a quiet hand. I love those quiet hands.
I like this book, do you?
Oh, so hey, I like this book. Do you? So you were asking them. Can you say that's a recommendation? Or that's like asking a question. What if they said, no, I've never read that book? What would you say?
That's okay.
That's okay. And then what would you say next? Do you think you'd be like, don't go get it? What would you say to them?
When I read it sometimes, I could get you.
And if I'm your friend and you're going to recommend it to me, I know you have really good taste in books. So would I be like, I better go get this book? Because you recommended it to me. And so that's what we're going to do today. Because have we gotten really good at sharing our opinion?
Yes.
But do we just say, oh, this is a really good book?
No.
What word do we use?
Opinion.
We use our opinion, but what word do we use after we share our opinion? Say, I really like Jabari Jumps.
Because.
What's that word? Because. So that's what we're going to use today. We're going to use that word because. Naomi. You're going to use that word because to recommend a book to somebody, okay? So let's pretend we want to recommend Jabari Jumps to Mrs. Niles. If we say, Mrs. Niles, go read this book, and then walk away, is she going to want to read that?
No. It sounds boring.
It sounds boring.
No.
We didn't say anything about it. So today what we're going to learn is we're going to figure out how do we actually recommend a book to someone so that they actually go and get it. Because we, of course, you want to be like, go read this book. And then walk away. Because would you want to read that?
No.
No. So what we're really going to do to convince them of our opinion is we have to think about a few steps, okay? Arabelle, do you have a question? Thanks for quiet hand.
Where's Mrs. Broman?
You know what? She normally does come on Tuesday. I'm wondering if she might be sick or she might not be here. I'll check after reading.
She was not here this morning.
Oh, she was not here this morning. So we'll have to check to see if she maybe comes another day this week, okay? I know. I'm sorry. You were looking for her. I apologize. Matthias, do you have a question?
So can I just go back? I saw something.
Okay.
There's one we were saying, hey, we this pointing to an arrow and it's pointing to Jabari Jump.
So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Is this a good book recommendation? Here, read this. Give me, is that a good book recommendation or not a very good book recommendation? I love those quiet signals. Thank you for giving me those quiet signals. Right. That's not a very good book recommendation. Do we want to become better book recommenders? Yeah, because wait, are you expert on books?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you are an expert on books, we're going to figure out how do we convince someone to read the book that we really like. So there's a few things that you have to do. We have to say, who is the main character? Who is this book about? And what happened in the book? But remember when we did this in writing, what do we not want to do? Do we want to tell the whole book?
No.
We don't want to spill the beans because if we spill all the beans and tell them the whole thing,
They're not going to read it.
they're not going to read it because they're going to be like, oh, well, you did a really good job telling me the whole story. So we don't want to spill the beans. So we want to think about 3 things when we're recommending a book.
It's like a book review.
It is really similar to a book review. Great connection. So when we're giving a book recommendation, we want to say, who is the character? Introduce, kind of be like, hello, my name is Miss Limbert. Because if I didn't, you would be like, who is that person standing in the front of the room? So we want to say, who is the character? We want to tell some really big things that happened in the story. But do we want to spill all the beans?
No.
We don't want to spill all the beans. But then, oh my gosh, wait, look, what's at the bottom?
Be kind.
What's at the bottom? Our fortune. What's in our fortune?
Be kind.
Well, in that one, it is be
A
kind.
life lesson.
The life lesson. So we have to think, when we think about Jabari Jumps, we have to think about not only the character, not only the big things, but we also have to think about the life lesson. So everybody think, what did we learn from that story? What did we learn from Jabari Jumps? Was it you have to jump really high on the diving board? Was it you have to have the coolest swimsuit? What was that life lesson, Arlo?
You should always fly.
Okay, so now I'm going to get us started on our recommendation for Jabari Jumps because I definitely want to recommend this book. I think it is a fantastic book. So if I want to recommend it, I have to do 3 things. I'm going to get it started. Will you help me finish? So the first one is, this book is called Jabari Jumps. And I'm going to also say the author because we want to make sure that we give the author credit. Her name is Gia Cornwall. Okay, so now I'm going to think, what happened? But do I want to spill the beans?
No.
Okay, so Jabari, he's the main character. He goes to the swimming pool and he really, really wants to jump off the diving board. But not the low one. He wants to jump off of the high one. Give me a thumbs up if that sounds familiar. Is that right? Am I on the right track?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wants to jump off the diving board, but there's a problem in the story.
It's a spelling mistake.
Oh, okay. We'll fix that in a minute. Jabari gets to the very edge of the diving board, and he gets really, really scared. Do you remember how he felt? Kind of think about this story. How did he feel? Okay, I got us started. I want you, with your partner, to tell what happened in the rest of the story. But wait, do we want to spill the beans? No. So there's 3 things. With your partner, you're going to tell them what else happened in the story. And remember, fortune. Think, what's the fortune? What are we learning from this story? Okay, so let's turn to our partners. Blue row, turn to our green row. We'll see where we need some partners. Red row, turn to Sparkle. Awesome. Thanks, Louis, for coming and finding your partner. Stella and Matthias, you're going to be partners, okay? Oh, what's your question? First, Matthias had a question before we get started. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's wait for Matthias. Before you start cheering with your partner, Matthias has a question. Let's stop in 3, 2. All right, what was your question?
So, you know how that fortune cookie had one something saying behind it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I asked them what that means becomes
Okay, what is it?
BK. And if you
Okay,
add,
so now I want you to think.
But if you add an A at the start, then it's always become Jabari.
Okay, now I want you to think, what is, if you were to open your fortune cookie after Jabari jumps, what's the life lesson? Tell Stella, tell your partner, what's the life lesson from Jabari jumps? Tell them what that is. What's our life lesson from Jabari jumps? Let's think, I catch him, he's about to jump off the knife. What happens next? But don't spill the beans, okay? What happens next? He got scared, so what did he do? Did he give up? Wait, do you want to tell me the end of the story? Don't tell me the end, because that would spill the beans. Tell me, he's scared, he's on the edge of the board. What is he going to do? Not you think, you know the book. What happens? Climb back down. Then he climb back up over? Timmy, you can join us. We're talking about finishing our book recommendation. So we know he went to the edge of the jumping or the diving board. Casey said he walked back down. We don't spill all the beans, but what else to recommend? Yeah, you see, you should be back at your work. You did some stretching. And then should we say you should keep reading to find out? Okay, so what's the life lesson? You want them to keep reading to find out about what? About Jabari jumps. But what's the lesson? What did they learn? All right, we're going to come back together in 3, turning back around in 2, 1, and 0. I have lots of friends who have turned their body back towards the smartboard. Thank you. I know my partners, we talked. It was almost kind of hard not to spill all the beans. Did anybody feel like it was kind of hard not to spill all the beans? Right, but instead we said, Casey, what did we say? Did we say keep, what did we say? We kind of do it in writing too. We said keep. Yeah, so when we use our recommendation, we did that to remind them what to do. But I definitely heard some good recommendations, and I think if you gave this recommendation to someone in your family, do you think they would want to go get that book?
Yeah. But what if I can't find it?
Everyone wants that life lesson. Everybody wants to find out how to keep trying. So today, you are going to practice giving a recommendation, but you're going to give it to your hand. Can you get your hand out? And can you say, hello?
Hello.
You're going to give your hand some book recommendations today.
Hello, man.
Tomorrow, you're going to give those book recommendations to your partners. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to recommend some books to our partners, and then maybe they could read them. Let's get our bodies refocused. So today we're going to practice giving those book recommendations. Let's go through the 3 steps that you're going to give your hand, okay? So who are we going to introduce first?
Main character.
The main character. Then what are we going to do? We're going to tell what happened, but what are we not going to do?
Spill the beans.
We're not going to spill the beans. And what's that third thing we're going to do?
Pass along the lesson.
Yeah, we want to think about what are they going to learn after reading this book. You put your books into piles yesterday about some life lessons, so you could think about giving some recommendations from those piles as well. All right? When I say the magic word, you're going to get your book bag out and start reading. Watch me. Today is Tuesday, so watch me.